Hello friends, welcome to Learning Salesforce with Sebren. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to create campaign member statuses automatically with Salesforce Flow. So let me show you guys exactly the problem I was having. So every time I would create a campaign, I would have to go in and manually add campaign member statuses. So for example, this campaign, when I chose the type email, I also needed to add the campaign member statuses, email click, email open, and unsubscribe. So for example, I would have to go in to each one and manually add this. So you can see how time consuming this could be, having to go in and manually add statuses. So I knew there had to be a better way. Add my final one. So I knew there had to be a better way than having to manually go in and add them each time I created a campaign. So I reached out to a colleague. That person directed me over to an article on the drip entitled Create Campaign Member Statuses Automatically with Salesforce Flow. I will link that article below. But I did use that article to help me build this flow that works to automatically update the campaign member statuses. Or automatically create the campaign member statuses. So for example, I'm going to show you guys how this works now, and then I'll show you my flow. So if I create a new campaign now, we're going to say this is test campaign email type, and I'll do each one so you guys can see the difference. Active. So this is very important. So you're going to want to make sure if you make this a thing in your instance that this type selection is very important. So here we're going to choose email because I want to add the campaign member statuses of the email type. So once I click save here, you'll notice my test campaign email type has been created. Type is email. And then now my campaign member status is automatically populated. Email click, email open, unsubscribed. Perfect. I don't have to do anything else. So no having to click over here and manually add statuses anymore. So let me show you guys what this flow looks like. It's a record triggered flow on the campaign type. There's a decision element, which type of campaign has been created. And you can see in my example I just showed you guys, it went down the email path and it added email click, email open, and unsubscribe. Perfect. Let me show you guys webinar as an example. So we'll do test campaign, webinar type, active. Again, very important. We'll choose webinar, save. Test campaign webinar type webinar. And you can see my statuses were automatically added, attended, no show, registered. Perfect. Don't have to manually add those. And then you'll see over here, registered, attended, no show. Perfect. So I'm going to click into each one of these elements very quickly so you can get an idea. But if you do reference that article on the drip that I linked below, you should be able to build this flow on your own, no problem. So this will be a record triggered flow on the campaign object. When a record is created, you'll add your decision element. Here we just did, so webinar, when the record type equals webinar, email, record type equals email, and trade show. Record type equals trade show. And then we'll just show you on the webinar because these are all built the same way. So we'll go down the webinar path. I wanted to add registered. We'll create that record. So we only want to create one record, use separate resources and literal values on the campaign member status object, set our campaign ID field. Has responded, I'm going to set to false because for my example, I am using an account engagement program to update this value or update this field once they engage with my program. And then your label field is default false. Label here is registered. So if you wanted it to say, instead of registered, if you wanted it to say attended, you could write attended there. If you wanted it to say booked, appointment booked, whatever you wanted to put here as the label, you could. And then okay or done. Same for attended, built exactly the same way. You just set your field values for the campaign member status object. Again, here label was attended. I think a label here was registered just to make sure I wasn't showing you guys the same one. Yes. Okay. So whatever you need your label to be or whatever you need your campaign member status to be, that's what those values are there. That label is. And then that's it. So I don't think I showed you guys trade show. So I will show you that one as an example. But you could create as many, decisions as you needed. If you needed to add direct mailer here, or if you needed to add, what's another type? My brain isn't working. Let's see. If you needed to add banner ads or what's the one? Telemarketing. So, you could add telemarketing or banner ads, whatever you needed to add here, you could update those. So let's go back. All right, let's say this one, what did we say we were going to do? Test campaign. And this was going to be trade show. So trade show type. And then you'll see, again, I picked trade show just to make sure I wrote it out correctly. Trade show, save. And then you'll see my campaign member statuses, appointment booked, visited booth. Those are the two statuses I wanted to add. So that is how you create campaign member statuses automatically with Salesforce Flow. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear them in the section below. Again, that article to the drip is posted below. Make sure you check it out, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.